All right, this next video is just creating a little video of this so we can see it. So what you want to do is frame it up as nicely as you can. So like everything's in the shot and you're not having too much negative space over here and on the top and bottom. So you can see overall framed well. Right click on your timeline at the bottom, option box. And then under here, let me actually, I'm going to reset it. This is what you're normally going to have. If you have it at here, and you're doing a full screen, largely you want to save the file, and this is normally the scene of the movie. The scene, it's going to put the scene in there. And this is going to create a relatively large file that works as an AVI. I recommend downloading QuickTime if you don't already have it, and switching over to QuickTime. The encoding, I want to scroll up to H.264, and now you can actually crank your quality up. My monitor is quite large. I'm going to leave the scaling at 5, unless I would say in multiple viewports, then I might leave it at 1. But if you leave it at half, it's going to work. It's going to cut it down to about the quarter of the size. So if you have a large monitor, you may want to do that. If you have a small monitor, you can just crank it all the way up to have a full scale. Again, I'm going to probably leave it at 0.5. And definitely remove temporary files and save to file. If this is not checked, it's going to create a movie and just show it to you. Once you close it, you can't find it again. So hit apply, and it's going to run through, as you can see here. As you see, I got rid of my grid in the background because I have actually preset settings in here to clean my scene up. If you go to Show, Playlast, Display, click on this box. Yours is going to be checked. Everything's going to be checked. If you want to kind of clean it up without the grid, hit None. So it's not going to show anything. Then you pick what you want shown. I do the HUD, so it kind of keeps the frame rate into here. This is not being shown on yours right now, and I can show you how to get that. I'll do that now too. And like the front view, if you want the grid turned on, turn on the grid. Make sure you turn on polygons. If you don't show on polygons, it's not going to render anything in your scene. I don't really need the grid. I'm going to leave the grid. It kind of creates a ground there. So let's leave the grid on. Close that. I'm going to do another play blast. Apply. As you see now, it has the grid in the background. And there we go. So getting this frame thing in the corner. Under displays, heads up display, current frame. That's checked. That'll be down there. Most often you see a lot of poly count, so that would be there. All right. Always make sure you save your scene. Just to give everyone heads up, it's probably not going to happen with any of these scenes. These scenes are pretty light. But if you go to Save Scene As, and you save it, and it gives you red down here, odds are I didn't save it. And it might be because you're saving as a Maya ASCII over a Maya binary, so you may want to be aware of that. Sometimes just switching it will actually allow you to save the scene. So if you see red after you save down here, it's usually a very bad scene. Something bad has happened. And that's a solid way that's often a way to fix it. All right. We're moving into the ball squish into the swing. We're going to start adding more to your motions and more to the graph editor.